Hello, guys. Thank you guys for tuning in another episode of Wisdom Addicts, where we share concepts, ideas, and trying to inspire people to do something different. So today we're going to be talking simple topic, but that can create true changes in your life. And that would be practicing gratitude. So my dear co-host here, how would you define, how do you apply practicing gratitude into your life?
Man, I think gratitude is not a noun. It's a verb, first of all. Like, you know how you say
Noun, not a verb.
No, verb, not a noun, because it's an action.
It is.
So like people are like, oh, it's a noun, but no, it's a noun in the dictionary. But in real life, I think it's a verb. It's an action. It's like a constant action, because gratitude is not just, I am grateful about XXXX. It's like when you were writing a letter to Santa.
You know what's the most fucked up about being grateful? Is when you're trying to be grateful because you know you have to, but you're not really feeling grateful.
Exactly.
It's fucked up.
Yeah. That's why it's like if you tell someone you love them, but you don't show it.
Yeah.
It's like,
or you don't really feel that way.
Exactly. You just say it because you think it's the right thing.
Because
So it's like, same for me with gratitude. It's like an action. And like you can sit down and just wish and like talk about the things you're grateful for, but what are you really doing to water the things you're grateful about? Like, because if you're grateful about the progress you've had in business with your body, why wouldn't you honor it by constantly
being grateful?
Yeah, and being grateful and acting upon that thing you're after and you have, maintaining it. It's like you're grateful about your family. Okay, are you spending time with your family? Or are you grateful for?
Oh, that's good.
Are you grateful for? Okay, I'm grateful for my career success. You're like, okay, how are you constantly nourishing your career success? Because if you're only grateful about the thought of what you've done in the past, then really it vanishes. And then what are you going to be grateful for? The memory? For me, gratitude is, again, like an action, because you can be grateful of the things that happen, but really, for me, the best gratitude is.
Are you really about it though?
Exactly. Isn't the best way of showing you're grateful for something that I'm actually showing it and making sure you're present with it.
And gratitude is one of the most magnificent feelings. There are times that, I'm driving and I'm just I get the chills just thinking about it, man. Holy fuck. I can't, I'm driving this car, beautiful vehicle, phenomenal weather, look good, feel good, euphoric. It's just magical feeling.
It's a great feeling when you just at the moment you feel you don't need anything else.
Exactly.
That you just you're okay.
So for somebody for somebody that doesn't practice gratitude, what would you say? How can they start? How can they develop that habit of gratitude? And what can they expect? What can they expect as, outcome?
Outcome, man.
Of being grateful.
I think first, identify the things you're grateful for. That's one thing people we read a lot of personal development books and they usually say that, journal the things you're grateful for.
If you were to ask me what superpower I would want the superpower of perspective, but really feeling it.
Yeah, really sitting
really
down,
feeling it, sitting down here,
levitating.
And putting myself, in your position. I think. Yeah, that's powerful.
It's ideal because for you, the things you have and you're okay with are things that some people would
dream
die
about.
For. That 3 generations past them and probably 3 generations after them, they won't even be close to the things you have. So
and you're just taking that shit for granted.
Yeah, and for me, man, the first things I would do would just be if you would really not have to define yourself in terms of the money you have in your bank account and the things you have that are worth something like your watch or your clothes or the school you went to. If you were to define yourself just plain human being with no physical attachment to money or things. Like,
what is your value?
Exactly. Like, what are you grateful for? Like, are you grateful for the relationship you have with a friend? Are you grateful for the job you have? Like, okay, you're grateful for these things, but you think about like why, and not because of the money you make or because, oh yeah, my job provides stability and money. No, like think about why you're grateful of a job that you have to go to every day for 10 hours and work and dedicate your life to it. Why are you grateful for that? And I think when you apply that perspective, you can really like look at the small things. And the small things are not like the thrill you feel when you buy an iPhone, because that's like a big thing. I was like, oh, I bought an iPhone. It's a big thing. Or, you know what's fucked up?
What? Human beings need to experience negative stuff in order to get a better perspective.
Yeah.
You need to be sick in order to be like, fuck, I want to be healthy. You need to, you go to jail. You're not thinking about anything. You're not thinking about your work, your wife, or anything. What are you thinking about? I would Whatever. Give anything, because, I've been in that situation, and it's like, dude, I would give anything to go on a walk. But you're outside you're free every day, free. and you don't appreciate that.
Yeah, and that's what I was gonna say about the little things, man. Like the little things, like literally being able to like wake up,
center yourself.
Yeah, like wake up and know like you have a bed, or like knowing that you're gonna have running water, like when you open the faucet, or like you have a car.
And it's okay for you to have high expectations.
Yeah,
because as you go
big
in life,
baller dreams always, bro.
Yeah,
always.
Exactly. It's cool to have high expectations, but also you have to appreciate what you currently have.
The small things.
And
like, if you make a list of the small things that you're grateful for.
I love this conversation because I think being grateful is the most important thing you can do in your existence.
Facts.
Appreciating the people around you and just being present and like, fuck, man, I'm so grateful for this lifestyle.
I have this crazy ass story, probably one of the craziest stories I have. But I was going
crazy ass story.
Ass story, like, and this is like perspective. Like on the table, I was gonna turn 20 years old, and I was gonna study abroad in Spain, and my visa started the 31st of January, and I booked my tickets on the 30th. So when I got there, they were like, your thing doesn't start till tomorrow. What's up? I was literally brought to the Madrid airport jail, bro. Like,
for not having a visa.
I had to like literally wait there for a day before entering the country. But you know what's the fucked up part? It was my birthday.
Oh fuck!
So I had to spend my birthday
in jail,
locked up with no phone, and just like, I had money, and I had to like literally like pay like $5 for like, these phones, like put the numbers and like called my parents and stuff. And I was like,
and all you were thinking about is the people that you love.
Man, I was thinking about the people I love. I remember I journaled that day, and I was like, I'm such an idiot. Like, I'm such an idiot.
You deserve to be in jail.
Yeah. And I was like, I'm glad like nothing bad happened. But man, when I really understood all the things I had was when I like started interacting with the people that were actually there because they were not let in. Like I can't say like I had conversations with everyone, but I like heard and like, heard people talking and stuff. And like there were people from Africa, from Asia, from like really a lot of parts in the world that were really like trying to like change their life by trying to get into Europe. So I was like, fuck, I am going here to study abroad, already having had the opportunity to go to an American university and study abroad, have a whole semester of just growth and experiences. And there's people trying to do the same thing, but just literally looking to like change the life of their families. So like
perspective,
literally, dude, perspective. And after that day, like obviously it's a very hard story, but I have to say, because that's what we're here for. Like just the fact, man, that you have a lot of things that you don't want doesn't mean you have to not think about the things you already have. Because if you find the little things, man, and I'm sure, we've talked about in the first episode, like you said about the things you had to go through to like escalate and like leave the the bottom you had like reached. And man, just putting it into perspective, I think encapsulates gratitude.
Yeah. I have a question.
Crazy story, man.
That's a good story. I've been in jail twice. That's a story for another day, but it's part of my journey. What do you think creates changing people? How does a human being change? What needs to happen to them in order for them to create change? Like, let's say, I'm negative, I'm fat, I complain. What needs to happen in my life for me to change? What do I need to, you know what I'm saying? Like, what would trigger me to change?
I think you need to have, I would say a purpose, but I think you would just have an idea or something that's like bigger than what you have at the moment, or it's not like something that's
easy. I'm negative as fuck though. How am I gonna get there?
Man, looking inside of you, really like looking inside of you in terms of like analyzing, like being honest with yourself and being like, okay, I am fat. I know that being fat brings me X, Y, and Z. If I have the facts and I have like the data to know like, okay, if I keep this life, I'm going to die in 20 years. I think when you like look inside and you can be negative, but if you know what you're doing is killing you, then you're like going to be able to create change. And like, I've met people that I've seen lose a lot of weight. I've seen people that have started businesses. I've seen people that have excelled in their careers when, people that you met in high school and college that you thought they were going to be fuck ups in life, and now they're doing well. Shout out to all the homies that have done that.
Most of the homies that were like shitheads, I myself, I was a shithead, and ended up having great success.
And there were a lot of people that just like me got really good grades or really applied, and now they're just they're not doing well, and not because I would say maybe they're making a lot of money, but are they really like fulfilling the things that they said they were going to fulfill, and the things that like really they know they can go after. And yeah, man, I think again, perspective really, because there's people that are like realistically going back to people that are overweight. You can say whatever you want about being overweight. It's not good for you. It's like you smoke cigarettes, you don't get enough sleep. Like you do things that are...
First time in history, we have in the world more people like sick for overeating than from starving. How fucked up is that, corporate America?
Man, what's the worst part about it is I see every day here
overeating. It's the fucking what they put in your. This is okay, guys.
High fructose.
We should do an episode on foods, because I have a lot to say about that.
Yeah,
they put these components that they put in your food, high fructose corn syrup, all this oil. What it does is block your neural pathways, and it keeps you on a low vibration, because that's what they want you to do. They want you to be a fucking consumer. They want to keep you fat. They want to keep you like a little sheep, just walking through life, unconscious, not knowing what the fuck you're doing. But we are God's greatest creation. We are literally creators. You can sit here and fucking create the life that you want, but you can't, because these people want you to keep yourself on a low vibration.
They want to have your brain full of sodium, so there's not enough oxygen getting there.
So fucked up, man.
Yeah. No, man, I'm
truly passionate about those things, because like that's kind of like the goal with this podcast is
speak the truth.
Create consciousness, and like look at what the fuck you're eating, because that is how it starts, and that's what's keeping you getting the shitty results that you're getting.
Indeed, yeah. Show me what you eat. I'll show you your future.
Eat more avocados. That's the key.
Man, for sure.
So to close this out, I think that there are two ways how people can change. Hitting rock bottom is kind of what happened to me. I saw myself on the lowest point where like, I'm in trouble with the university. I'm in trouble with the law. I'm getting bad grades. I don't know what the fuck I want to do with my life. So it's either like, all right, I'm going to get up and I'm going to get after it and I'm going to change my life, or I'm going to be a fucking loser. Like accept that, And that's one way of you changing your life, kind of hitting rock bottom. The other one is by learning from people's advice. But that takes a little bit more maturity, because you can tell me like an experience that you've had. I'm going to fucking learn from it. You can tell me, I don't have to live it, because I'm conscious. So you tell me something that happened to you and like, hey man, like this happened to me and this kind of the results that I'm getting. Those are the two ways I think people change, and people take information and apply it to their life.
Becoming coachable.
becoming coachable. It's so fucking tough. You gotta work on your teachability index. People that you start talking about some shit and they don't even let you talk, shut the fuck up. Listen, what are you like? What the fuck? Anyways,
bro, like when you meet someone, you're like in a table of like new people, and you just like see people like just talk.
And I'm looking at these clowns talking like.
It's okay if you talk, but listen also. Like it's not like it's your turn now, it's my turn, but maybe it's, you know, we go really deep and you're just like, okay, whatever you're saying, you did not listen to whatever he said, and you just like narrating the conversation in your mind, or like just like if we were talking about people talking to themselves. So it's like, yeah, man, and really again to close off the topic, it's just like be real with yourself. Like learn to be real with yourself. Like learn to
take it one day at a time. Don't get overwhelmed. If you're out here and you're looking at this and you're like, there's so many fucking things fucked up with my life. My job sucks. I'm fat. I'm negative. I'm all this. Like one day at a time. Just little by little. And you will start seeing changes. Be conscious about what you eat. Be grateful. Appreciate the people around you. Eat good, feel good.
We have to talk about...
We need to do an episode on foods.
Yeah, and the podcast that we recommend, because we're naming a lot of the greats that we have to give a correct shout out.
Yeah.
For next episode. We'll
next episode, we'll have some proper shout outs. So
thank you guys. Remember, your network is your net worth.
Truly appreciate you guys' time. Closing it out.